going to show you another owner resource video on how to use your diesel heater and the best practices around it. Let's get started. First thing we're going to do is wake up the heater. It does have to have DC on your EcoFlow hub, so it's got power. I'm going to press the middle squishy and essentially wake up the screen. The screen is now showing me the symbol of the 3 squiggly lines flashing. Essentially that's asking me, do you want heat? And I do, so I'm going to press the center button again, saying yes, I want heat. Now it's flashing, what temperature do I want? I'm going to dial up that temperature to the setting I want. When it's at where I want it, I'm going to press the middle button again. So now the last part is, how long do I want to operate the heat at that temperature? Currently I have it all the way back to 0. 0 is infinity. So if I want to run the heater until I turn it off, that would be a good one, and I can press the button to start. If I want to run it overnight, I can dial it backwards from 0, and it gives me many options. 480 minutes is ideally 8 hours at night. So that's a good button that a lot of people use, and they press it for 480. Now that I've turned it on, one indicator showing that it's on is there's a red halo that's around the outer band. That's a great indicator telling you that your heater is on. Now that I have my heater operating, if at any time I decide I want to make it hotter or colder or change the duration of the setting, I just come over here, wake it up, press the button, and it's going to show me the option. Do I want it off? I don't, so I'm going to turn the dial and it shows me a settings flash. I'm going to press that button and it's going to allow me now to change the temperature. I'm going to dial the temperature down because it's too hot. Press the button. I've now reset the temperature, and then it's going to flash the time remaining of whatever I set, or I can dial the time either up or down from there. Once I get it to where I want it, I'm going to press the button again. I've just made adjustments. So now some pro tips around how to get the best longevity and best performance out of your diesel heater. Couple points. If you're going to run your heater, you want to run it for 30 minutes or longer. Ideally, the reason for that is diesel fuel and fuel in general is dirty. And so if I only run the heater for 5 minutes, I'm going to inject a bunch of fuel into this compartment, and then really I'm going to turn it off before it can all burn off. And what that'll do over time, if I don't ever run it for 30 minutes or longer, it's going to have it get all gunked up and you'll need a service call on it. The other practice is, if you're going to run it overnight at a low temperature, when you're finishing up, turn it up to high and cook your heater for 10 minutes. And what you're doing is kind of cleaning out the device. Last thing is, this is typically where the diesel heater is in your camper van. Ideally, you don't want to put a bag here or the curtain from the headliner shelf. If so, tuck it around here so that the air can free flow. Otherwise, you're just going to be warming up the front compartment. The exhaust for this heater is typically right under here. So ideally, usually when you're running your heater, it's cold, you'll have your doors closed, but you don't want to run your heater with the door open. You have the possibility for diesel fumes to come up into the van. Thanks for watching this owner resource video on the Espar heater and the best practices for it. Certainly, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us, and there's plenty of other owner resource videos to make you get the best out of your van.